Hi, so this is my audience for my last and final speech for this course. Say hi, everyone. Oh, my iPad died. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that was my audience. Unfortunately, my iPad died before ahead of time. Are you tired of frequently questioning yourself every time you go to a restaurant or a bar or anything making you think about how much you should tip that person, or questioning to see if you have enough money in your bank account, looking over to your friends or your spouse thinking like, oh my gosh, like I don't have money to tip them? Well, I like to think that you don't always have to tip. You don't, I don't think it should be, it's not required to do it, simply because a lot of people don't have the money sometimes. I know a lot of the times people usually say if you don't have money, then you don't have money to go out and eat, which is acceptable. But sometimes a lot of people go out to eat because they want to just treat their family, or they want to just do something nice for that person. And like I said in my peer review video, I used to be that person where I would have 30 bucks in my bank account and I would want to take my husband out to eat, and we would go to Chili's, and I would just want to do it because sometimes it's nice to take your spouse or your friends out to dinner, even if you're low on money. It's just the thought that counts, and I feel like it's special to, I guess, treat them sometimes. One of the statistics that I really stick to is that it's been over 21 years since the last raise for servers, which is pretty bad. I feel like they should earn minimum wage just like everybody else, but I guess it's not the case. Though people do have the option to get a different job. I feel like when you're a server or a waitress, you choose that job because sometimes it's an easy way to get a job when a time in need. But sometimes you just need to look for something else because sometimes it's not enough to pay your bills. One of the things that really gets me is when people actually make you feel like an actual jerk for not wanting to tip, or that they're gonna spit in your food, or that next time you come in they're gonna give you really crappy service, and which is pretty childish because let's face it, you do work there because you want to. It's not because you have to. A lot of the times, I feel like sometimes it's not enough. The service wasn't enough for me to tip. Although sometimes we do tip really well because our service was excellent. It was awesome. But it just depends. I mean, I'm a real reasonable person, I think, but sometimes it's just not required to do it. Another one would be where you're going to eat and like your friends make you feel, I guess they belittle you because, oh, I tipped them 10 bucks. How much are you going to tip them? And you kind of like look around and be like, well, I'm not tipping them anything. And it's not because I don't have the money. It's just I don't feel like I have to do it. And it's pretty crappy when sometimes the tip is already added to your bill. It's gratuity added, or 12% or something like that, which is pretty crappy because how are you just going to do that? But I guess it just assures the servers that they're going to get a little bit extra in their night. But sometimes if you really think about it, servers usually make like about $300 to $400 in one night. That's just one night. So you can just imagine the money that they would make if everybody tipped. But like I keep saying, it's the job that you want. Yes, it's only $2 and a couple cents, but you pick that. In conclusion to my theory is basically, if you want a better paying job, then you need to work for one, or you need to start learning new ways into getting a position that pays you a little bit extra. That way you don't have to always be in the food service industry. It does take a lot for people to do that job. I understand, but there's other ways that you can get income as well. Thank you.